Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon I bid to Dr. IZZATUL and my fellow classmates. Today, we from Group 10 are going to present our translanguaging activity for an ESL classroom. The activity is titled Double the Fun, Designing Posters for Dream Events. In this activity, students will create event posters in both Malay and English while drawing on their linguistic resources to enhance understanding and creativity. For the class details, this activity is designed for Form 1 students with an A2 proficiency level according to CEFR standards. It is suitable for 6 students in each group, so for a class of 30 students, there will be 5 groups.
In this activity, we will focus on two key language skills, which is writing and speaking. For writing skills, students will practice crafting event poster details in both Malay and English language. The usage of both languages help them to express their idea effectively while completing the task. With the help of L1 materials, allow students to show their ability to write clear and engaging posters to their classmates. Next, speaking skills, where students will then present their poster to the class by explaining their design choice and event details, which will give them the opportunity to confidently develop their speaking and presentation skills. Our activity have three main objectives. Firstly, students are able to identify and discuss the similarities and differences between event poster in L1 Malay and L2 English. The second objective is students will understand the essential component of a poster as they will learn about the key element of a well-structured event poster, such as the title, date, time, and venue that will contribute making the poster clear and accessible to the audience. The third objective is students are able to create poster in both languages and confidently present their poster while explaining their design choices and event details.
Now, let's move on to the materials needed for this activity. First, a laptop or tablet is essential for running the activity. These devices will be used for accessing the Canva Virtual Sticky Note Board and the Name Picker applications. A projector is required to display the sample posters and Canva Sticky Note Board content during class discussions. The Name Picker application will be used to assign random themes to the students. Next, we will need the following art supplies: A4 or A3 paper for creating the posters, markers, crayon, colored pencil, and glue for designing and decorating the posters. Lastly, we will need 2 sample posters to use as visual prompts in the introduction. A Malay poster featuring a traditional event such as Rumah Terbuka Aidilfitri, an English poster highlighting a modern event like the Penang Hill Festival.
For the preparation before the activity, students will be informed a day in advance that they will be creating posters in class. They will be instructed to bring necessary materials such as markers, colored paper, stickers, and any additional craft supplies they wish to use. This preparation ensures that students are fully equipped and ready to participate in the activity.
Now, we're moving on to step by step on how to conduct the activity. The first step is warm up of the activity by helping students to recognize the essential elements on creating an event poster. Firstly, teacher will begin by displaying 2 sample posters to students. The example we have here is an English event poster of Penang Hill Festival and a Malay poster of Majlis Terbuka Aidilfitri 2022. These posters will serve as visual prompts for students as they are prepared to create their own event posters. Both posters share the same key components but use different visuals and design elements that are suited to their respective languages and contexts. By using L1 Malay materials, students are able to grasp the essential components of an event poster as they are more familiar with the language used. They can easily construct ideas in their native language first, which boosts their confidence and ensures their understanding the key elements of poster creation. The use of both English and Malay poster provides students the opportunity to compare and contrast two different language formats. This is particularly helpful for low proficiency students. Then, To make the activity become more engaging, teacher will facilitate a class discussion with questions of what are the similarities and differences between the two posters and which elements are necessary for both posters. The goal of the discussion is to make sure that students identify the key components of a poster, like the title, date, time, and venue. These brief discussions allow students to collect fundamental pieces of information that every event poster should have.
The language of instruction for this activity is used based on students' proficiency level. For example, the teacher can explain the activity in their L1 if the student's proficiency level is low. This can ensure student understanding of the instruction and confidence in completing the task.
Next, for step 2, which focuses on the research session where students have to dive deeper into the key elements of a good event poster and gather ideas in creating engaging design. In this step, students will be given time to do research essential components of an event poster on the internet. These include finding information on how to create engaging content for the poster, how to make the poster visually appealing, including tips on how to attract attendees to the event. After gathering the research information, students will organize their idea by pasting their finding onto canvas sticky notes. They are encouraged to contribute their finding in both L1 and L2 as they need to create posters in both languages. The purpose of this session is to give students a chance to explore and dive deeper into final details of a good event poster while having a wide access of ideas and inspiration from their classmate findings. By using Canvas sticky notes, enable students to exchange their unique ideas, review suggestions from others, and collaborate effectively. This process enhances their research skills and support their creativity as they work on designing their posters.
Step 3 of our activity focuses on assigning themes to each group. To make this process exciting and interactive, we will use an online random name picker tool. Each group will take turns using the app. The first pick of the claw machine assign the theme for their Malay poster, and the second pick assign the theme for their English poster. The themes are based on popular and trendy events that students can relate to, such as haunted house, influencer birthday party, movie night, K-pop concert, anime cosplay event, gaming tournament, food festival, beach bonanza camp, galau night concert, ladies night. These themes are designed to capture the students' interest and spark their creativity as they work on their posters.
With the research complete and the themes assigned, it is now time for the main task of the activity, which is step 4, poster creation. Students will first create a poster in Malay based on their assigned theme. After completing the Malay poster, they will proceed to create an English poster for a different theme. The purpose of asking students to create 2 posters, one in Malay and one in English, is to show them how they can transfer knowledge and skills from their L1, which is Malay, to English. This approach not only builds a bridge between the 2 languages, but also reduces students' fear of using English, fostering greater confidence in their language abilities. In order to complete their task of creating posters in both Malay and English, students can refer to the sticky notes on Canva where they have gathered useful information and ideas.
We have come to the last step, which is presentation, where the students will present their final results to the class after completing both their Malay and English posters. During the presentation, they will explain the chosen details such as the title, date, time, venue, visuals, and the reason they made certain design choices based on their given theme. They will then have to promote their event and explain why it is interesting. They should focus on the exciting features and activities that make their event unique and fun. Students will also highlight the similarities and differences between the 2 posters, discussing any changes made to better suit the content, language, and audience of each version. If there is still time before the class ends, the students can vote on the most creative poster. And as you can see here are the examples of design posters to show to the students as inspiration before the activity starts. So what are the learning theories that can be applied in this activity? we have found two learning theories, which are the cognitivist and socio-cultural learning theory. We will first start with the cognitivist theory. This activity is related to one of the key principles of this theory, which is that students are able to construct their own understanding based on their prior knowledge and experiences. In regards to this particular activity, the students have to create posters in both their L1 and L2 based on the randomly given theme such as movie night and food festival. Throughout this activity, students can discuss and decide on certain and specific elements to be used in their respective posters during step 2, which is their research session and using the Canva app. Cognitive theory emphasizes on the metacognitive process, and as such, it also coincides with the fact that language learners analyze and evaluate information through active involvement in their learning. Moreover, students must utilize their problem-solving skills in order to figure out the appropriate details to be used in their posters, such as the title, date, time, and even visuals, which includes the colors and fonts. This will stimulate their critical thinking skills and help in developing cognitive strategies that are essential for language learning. Next is the sociocultural theory, which can be effectively applied in this activity through the concept of zone of proximal development, or also known as ZPD, and the practice of scaffolding. During this activity, students are capable of creating posters independently while using their L1 as a scaffold to support their language learning process. In the context of this activity, the use of the student's L1 provides essential support during the learning process, as the majority have stronger proficiency in their L1 compared to their L2. Thus, allowing students to scaffold by easily comprehending ideas without being constrained by their limited proficiency in English. Furthermore, using familiar language as a starting point to focus on creating content allows them to express ideas easily and with more confidence. Once students have articulated their ideas, they can then adapt and adjust their content accordingly to the different themes and language medium. This allows them the opportunity to bridge the gap between their current proficiency in both languages, as well as increasing their level of confidence and knowledge in their L2. In conclusion, this translanguaging activity is fun yet practical, as it combines creativity, language learning, and critical thinking all in one lesson. By requiring students to create posters in both their L1 and L2 based on the given themes, the activity challenges them to think creatively while expanding their vocabulary in the English language. This language learning task also encourages problem solving, as students must discuss the suitable and relevant elements to include in their respective posters. It also promotes collaborative learning, as students will work in a group of 6 to share ideas and decide on design choices while utilizing their L1 as a scaffold to help them communicate their ideas before constructing their posters in both languages. Overall, this double-defined designing posters for dream events activity is a cognitive and social learning experience that combines language learning with innovation, making it beneficial in developing language proficiency as well as enhancing communication skills.